Hello? Hello? I wanted to record a message for you to get you settled down on your first night. Just be aware of that one purple cat animatronic nicknamed, Freddy. He tends to get a bit quirky at night. And, according to my notes, that's all I need to brief you on. So, good luck with your first shift, and I'll see you on the flip side.
What is going on, guys? MJ2005 Gundam here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the high-grade GFreD from Mobile Suit Gundam GQuuuuuuX. Also known as the Gundam FreD, it's the sister unit of the GQuuuuuuX which possesses the Kappa Psychomu system, constructed as the trigger for your Magantho, a weapon that fires Zeknovas to deliver mass destruction. As the setting would imply, the high-grade GFreD is merely a recolor and slight retool of the high-grade GQuuuuuuX, with one of the 7 runners and 2 dedicated sticker sheets to deliver the necessary changes and color coding. As a result, the difficulty and construction are mostly identical to its roots, sharing traits like the high use of small parts and tricky decals to name a few. However, there are a few key changes worth noting. The colors of the GFreD is richer than Mr. Beast's net worth, so they're incredibly intolerant to nub marks, leading to further cleanup being necessary. Then there's the new head and shoulder pieces, further pushing the use of small parts thanks to the intricate designs and color separation. So to a small degree, Freddy here is more intricate than the GQuuuuuuX, with parts like the knees and legs having simplified color details to make up for it. Apart from that, the freshness factor has worn off to those who've built the GQuuuuuuX, so please check out that video first as I'm only going to be covering the differences. Aesthetically, the high-grade GFreD looks a bit hard on the eyes because it's like a fruit salad of bold colors. Naturally, being the baby of the EVA Units 1, Units Null, and GQuuuuuuX, the GFreD carries over the pre-established proportions, while also staying faithful to the source material with a new head, shoulders, and backpack. The color choices are bold and shouldn't go together in theory, but the presidents of the EVA Units 1 and a dash of cyan managed to pull them together. Though you may still want to use some matte top coats to dull them a bit for a less toy-like appearance. As for the stickers, the regular ones are used for the head and clavicle sensors and details, green trims on the central mass, and the red on the heels, while the decals add further green, white, and red trims in front of the eyes, behind the clavicles, and on the shoulders, waist, legs, and backpack. And even though it's missing a good number of color details, like the lime green for the rear head camera, chest vents under the shoulders, wrists, and backpack, teal for the leg pipes, gray for the head and clavicle details, shoulder, waist, and backpack recesses, purple for the backpack, light purple on the cheeks, cyan for the hand covers and backpack vents, orange for the Vulcans, backpack details and thrusters, white for the elbows and wrists, some red for the beam saber stripes and behind the head, and the black rectangle on the backpack. The principal paint apps are replicated in the straight build. And even though you still have to repaint the beam saber handles in mint, the purple into a paler shade, and the head and lower biceps in an even lighter purple like that of the backpack pipes, I still think it's perfectly fine to display the GFreD as it is. Since it looks so striking, the missing paint apps don't matter at all. Again, a matte finish is my only recommendation here for builders particular about the visual impact, apart from maybe bringing out the details with panel lining. The articulation and accessories are mostly mirrored from the GQuuuuuuX. It shares the fluid yet sturdy structure, making posing a breeze, while mostly sharing the same hand selection and loadout. The beam rifle not only has a name now, but also has this green sticker for the scope and some missing cyan details instead of bluish white ones. But this time, a new adapter is provided to store the rifle behind the waist after plugging it into the crotch port. Then, the beam sabers stored behind the waist feature purple beams instead of green ones. And the shield is missing some gray for the railing, light purple insides, and orange accents. Meanwhile, the core fighter's nose cone functions the same, also with missing paint details. The only new weapons are the ES bits, named Luna and Artemis, fully known as energy simplification bits that can be deployed separately using 2 included adapters. Sadly, you'd have to provide the stands yourself. Lastly, there's an open version of the head to reveal the cable ports for interfacing with your Magantho, utilizing its own set of sensor stickers and trim decals while possessing the same missing paint apps, which is similar to how you have to buy its missing weapon separately, that being the GQuuuuuuX. I'll have to admit, as pleasant as experiencing the high-grade GFreD was, the shock factor is gone because of the high-grade GQuuuuuuX. I mean, 90% of the kit is reused, and all you're in for is 2 new plastic pieces if not for the new skin for your character. Inevitably, if you've built the GQuuuuuuX before, you'd feel like it got to where it is because it copied its homework from the neighboring classmate. But is the kit good in spite of all of that? Honestly, it very well is. The benefit of the reused parts is that all the strengths are carried over, chief among which being the fluid articulation and sturdy structure. Then the visuals are translated to an even further extent than the GQuuuuuuX, so while there are still a lot to paint in, the straight build is an accurate enough representation for a design of such complexity. Granted, the colors may be a bit overstimulating, but that's more a subjective issue than an objective factor, unlike the complex build for the grade and the lack of display basis for the bits. But ultimately, by its own merits, the high-grade GFreD stands on equal footing as the GQuuuuuuX, and it's a fantastic kit that deserves no further complaints. And that's all for me. Thank you for watching, drop a like and comment if you did enjoy the video, subscribe for more content like this, and a special thank you to the channel members, credits in the description below. That said, take it easy, stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out guys, bye bye.